Hello guys, welcome to the Racing Roundtable. Hope you're doing well. Today, this video is the Austrian Grand Prix preview happening this week, and this is actually one of the decently good tracks on the calendar. There's some good racing. There's been some controversial moments, some high-speed crashes. It's a decent track to have on the calendar. Red Bull's home race, the Red Bull Ring. Look, let me just gloss over some facts for you, just to get you in the mood for this. So, first Grand Prix at this track was in 1970, when it was called the Österreich Ring, I think. Massively long track, it was like Hockenheim. 71 laps. This is one of the shortest tracks. I think it's the shortest lap time on the calendar. Carlos Sainz with a lap record of 1 minute 5.619. Shout out Rey Mysterio if you get that reference. And the circuit length is 4.3 kilometers. It's one of the shortest. 3 DRS zones actually. After turn 1, going into turn 3, and then after turn 3. Prime overtaking spots, in my opinion: turn 1, turn 3, turn 4, and that's pretty much it. Those are the only places you can really overtake. You could overtake into turn 6 if you're forceful, but it's going to be extremely difficult. So it's just mainly turn 1, turn 3, and turn 4 that you can overtake at. 9 and 10 are great corners, the high-speed corners, or medium-speed corners, should I say. Great corners, technical corners. I expect Red Bull to be quick here. Like home race, when they first came to the Red Bull Ring in 2014, they didn't really have that much luck. They weren't really fast here, but I'm expecting them to blitz the opposition here because their straight line speed is crazy. They're going to be so fast on the main straight, the straight after turn 1, then the straight after turn 3. They're going to be so quick. It's going to be unreal. This track is mostly medium speed corners, so I'd expect Mercedes to be okay here. I can't remember if there's bumps at this track that would affect Mercedes that much, but I'd expect them to be decent on this track. Ferrari should be okay. Will McLaren be okay? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Williams won't do well here. AlphaTauri should be okay here, although they weren't really that good at Silverstone. But my predictions, I'd expect Max Verstappen to win this race easily. I expect the Red Bull 1-2, to be honest, because their straight line speed is crazy. Third place, I think, will be a Ferrari. Probably, Sainz got a step in his... Sainz has got momentum right now. It's a toss between Leclerc and Sainz, for third place. I'm going to say Leclerc, though. I'm going to say Leclerc because he needs to get back into a groove. He needs to show up. So I'd expect a Red Bull 1-2. I expect it. Do I predict it? No. I'd say Verstappen first, Leclerc second, Perez third, or Sainz third. Now I'll go Verstappen first, Leclerc second, Sainz third. I'd go for that. Perez hasn't really been on Verstappen's case for a while. He's been off the pace a bit, so I'd expect that to continue because now Verstappen's getting into his groove and he's showing his authority again on the team. So it always happens when the team favors one driver over the other and the car suits them more every day of the week. But Red Bull should be quicker. If they do not get a 1-2, it'll be embarrassing because your straight line speed is crazy. You've got an illegal car, supposedly, and you got Verstappen. Home race. There's no excuses. Oh no, I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any waffle out of your mouth. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. And here we have the weather. Saturday for the sprint and for actually qualifying will be on Friday, isn't it? Because of the sprint. So Saturday will be a dry day, should be anyway. But Saturday night, all the track evolution or the grip that has been accumulated over the course of the weekend, some of that will be washed away because there will be overnight rain. As of right now, the forecast is that there will be rain on Saturday night. And then Sunday, we'll have some rain as well. 72% chance of rain as it stands right now. And so we could be in for a great race weekend. But obviously, most of the action will be happening behind the Red Bulls, in my opinion, because Red Bull should be getting a 1-2. Like I said, I don't hear any excuses. So Mercedes could, if the upgrades do work and then not just track specific, they actually work on a range of tracks, then they should be okay to challenge Ferrari because Ferrari are dropping off. But Red Bull should be far in the distance. They should be miles away from the other teams. George will want to be able to perform because he underperformed over the course of the British Grand Prix weekend, and then he obviously had that crash with Zhou and Gasly. Ferrari need to look over their shoulders because they're slacking right now. They're really slacking. They're not performing at the highest level. This is Ferrari. I tweeted during the race of the British Grand Prix, Enzo Ferrari would be disgusted by these guys. Their indecision, their incompetence. It got to the point where the Ferrari drivers, Sainz and Leclerc, were literally doing the strategy for the team. It got that bad. It really got that bad that the two drivers who don't have the whole picture are trying to determine the strategy. They're trying to determine the team orders. It was so bad. So Mercedes, as long as they sharpen up, because Lewis has said that they need to sharpen up. It's been a while since they've been fighting for a win, so they've kind of got some rustiness in that aspect. But Ferrari need to look over their shoulders because Mercedes are coming. It seems like they've got a hold of the car. They've got a development plan in place. They're doing what McLaren eventually did in 2009. Which their 2009 car was gutter trash at the beginning of the season. Lewis was struggling. Kovalainen was a bang average driver, so he wasn't doing anything much. And towards the end of the season, it was a race-winning car. It was actually a very good car towards the end of the season. Lewis could have won. I think he only won 1 or 2 races, but he could have won the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but he had brake failure. But after that, he looked really happy that the season was over because he did not like that car. But that aside, Mercedes looking like they're on the way. It may not be this year. Obviously, they're not going to challenge for anything, but this year they could see 2, 3, 4 wins, depending on the outcome of the flexi floor thing and their own development strategy, relatively speaking, against Ferrari, Red Bull. So rain over the course of this weekend is predicted. I don't think it would significantly change things, but I do think it will spice things up in terms of action, the entertainment. Nothing will top the British Grand Prix though this season. I think that would be the best race. Literally, the last 10 laps had more action than most of the races we've had this year. So yeah, rain spice things up, but will not drastically change everything. And watch out for Alpine as well, because obviously they're fast in the straight line too, so they could be competitive. And McLaren will be in a iffy spot. Lando's good in Austria, but will he be able to outdo his car? And as I mentioned, there's a sprint race this weekend. Austria is one of the 3 tracks selected to have a sprint race. The sprint should be alright. I think it will be alright. There's plenty of overtaking opportunities. There's plenty of overtaking opportunities at this track. And once again, Red Bull, I expect that 1-2, man. I expect it on my table Sunday afternoon. I expect that 1-2. If you don't get that 1-2, obviously anything out of their control, such as picking up damage as a result of a crash from some, like the AlphaTauri one that happened to Max, okay, I'll allow you that because that's out of your control. But reliability, mistakes, not having the pace, there's no excuse. You should be the strongest team here. Alpine should be the best of the rest, and Mercedes are on Ferrari's back. So yeah, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. My budget cap video is Daniel Ricciardo finished video, my British Grand Prix reaction video. There's plenty of videos on my channel that you can watch. So yeah, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Let me know your predictions and your comments. Adios. Goodbye.